Hey everyone, what you're about to see is me fail constantly to try and make a bowl, and then right at the end I have an idea and it saves the entire project from ending up firewood basically. Um, yeah, I really hope you like it. I started filming it halfway through because I thought if anything went wrong it might be fun to see how I got out of it. And loads of stuff went wrong. So yeah, there's loads of opportunities to see how I got out of some things, how I lost my mind, and ended up with something I'm actually really happy with. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So I glued that in and I hate it. It looks stupid from both sides, plus there's not much. I mean, that crack there means I need to scrape all of this away, and I don't even know if I can safely hold this on the lathe. So I think what I'm going to do is take the entire bottom off, glue up some skateboard, basically like this, but that'll fit the whole bottom. Glue that on, turn that, so then there's going to be about that much skateboard on the bottom, and I'll match the curve of this. And then to cover up these bits, because I was an idiot and went too far, I'm going to do the same thing. It's the only way I can see right now. These are the temps of the segments for this, and that you saw me cut, and they don't fit. I don't know what I did wrong. If anyone knows, please tell me. I even spoke to my dad, who's an engineer, and he couldn't figure out how I spectacularly messed this up so much. So as you can see, there's a nice little gap, which I could fill, but then the problem is you then change the angle, so that's not going to work. I'm sure if I was more mathematically minded I could figure it out, but I can't. So if you've got any suggestions, please help, and I'll keep these and try again, possibly, or make them in something else, because I love the colour. So it's the same colour as those, so they look really cool, and with finish on, they look amazing. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to try. I think, because I don't know where the bottom begins on here, I'm just going to drill a hole through the bottom inside and then match that up. Well, it will come through there obviously, but it'll just give me a reference point of where I can cut this off. So yeah, that's the plan. I know I started this halfway through, but I'm kind of glad I did actually start filming it, because all you missed was me turning this so it was round and then drilling these holes to put, and making the plugs to go in them. So you didn't miss much. All you actually got to see all the failures, which is cool. Apart from one where I don't know where it is now. It might be that. Oh, I don't know, but I had a big what's it called? I just hit my scooters on it and carved a massive gouge out. So yeah. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully. Let's find out. Right, there are the holes. They're ugly, but it doesn't really matter because all that wood's coming off. Hopefully it goes well and nothing hits me in the face, but with this bowl that's probably not going to happen, so I'm going to get my face mask on. Right, I've got it in the chuck and I cut that tenon off, just so if this does go flying there's a lot less mass that's going to ping around. As I'm sure you've guessed, I'm in a very, very small place and that's going to suck if it does that. So I'm going to go slow and hope this works. well, that worked somehow. There is still a little lip here, but I think once I get the new bottom on, I can sort that out. I don't know if you can see it, just a little bit there. It's not actually too bad, I'm quite surprised. There is there just a little nick out, but that was from when I drilled that hole, or one of the holes. So I'm just going to put it on a disc sander now, just to flatten this so it's ready for glue up. Because if I don't flatten that now, it might come out once it's finished. You can't actually see that, can you? There you go. So if I don't flatten that now, that might come out in the glue up. Oh, there's one there as well, a little one. And yeah, so basically it's kind of well, this is the thing we removed the bottom to get rid of in the first place, so it's stupid to have one there. If it comes through once we've turned it again, then it's basically pointless again. I'm going to have to do that again. Well, there's a lot of agains in that, wasn't there? Anyway, sand them. Right, so that's the bottom one done, and the top one done. I am actually now considering making them out of sapele. Well, I think this is sapele. Please correct me if I'm wrong. This is the only hardwood that a place in England called Homebase, basically Home Depot, I guess. But yeah, this is the only hardwood they sell, and it's just called dark hardwood skirting board, and it's £10, I think, for 2.4 metres of it, so it's well worth getting if you're in the UK. If you're not, don't. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe this. Obviously I'll have to plane these. There's a bow in this middle one, so ignore that, we can get that out. But this is basically the perfect size for the bottom, and I'm thinking rather than mess around with a bunch of skateboards, cut them all up and everything, I could just do this and we're sorted. And I think this would look quite cool. So if you look at that, I don't know, I kind of think it looked cool. So I'm going to go have some food and decide. The other reason I'm kind of leaning towards this more than the skateboard mount is because I don't have as much skateboard as I would like, which I suppose is with anything like this, any sort of specialised material. Plus it might be a bit too full on with, you know, just one plain bit of wood really, and then just so much going on. So if you imagine all of these bits around the rim and on the bottom, it might just be too much. So, and I think that looks quite cool once we've got rid of that bow and got that joint flush. I think that would look quite cool. Or it might look like decking, but that might just have to be a risk we take. If I did the bottom, if I did the top like this, because I'm not very good at cutting rings, thank you, I literally might just make a sort of
I don't know, almost a really small picture frame or something like that, because basically I can do that and that actually fits pretty well. Yeah, there's about a mil gap down here, so I'm really not sure anymore, so I'm going to go have some lunch and think about it. But at least I've got my templates now, which is going to help, so I'm going to know what the hell is going on. Maybe one day, maybe in the middle of this project. I honestly don't know. Right. Right, so it's the next day and I've decided to go with Sapili for the bottom and the rim of this, because I just want it over. This has been about a week and a half now I've spent making this, so I just want it done. So let's give it a go. Something may have just gone right on this project. It's a bit of an overhang, but like I said, it doesn't matter. And I know this one's driving you all mental, because it's a bit longer, and I'm sorry, but it's all good. Right, glue up. these little arrows are just to say that's where the end grain is. So there's end grain on the side of this bowl because of the way it was cut, and obviously there's end grain there. So I'm going to match them up so they all look ugly together. And I'm going to do the same on this one, but the right way. It just means that, I mean, I don't particularly like end grain on the edges of my bowls, but it's a thing that I guess it's easier for the sawmills to cut them out like that, but yeah, so I don't particularly like it, but I can't really do much about it because I didn't cut it. But yeah, it's just a kind of continuity thing, which, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to cut these up. If there was a thud, then that was my head on a clamp. I hope it sounded cool. And well, I was going to say and hollow, but I mean that's a given. How are we doing? I couldn't really show you the clamping process, it was just too much to do in a very short amount of time. Looks good though, pretty pleased actually. It's like I've iced it. I suppose this is what I wanted to do, but icing with glue. There you go. If it looks like icing on a cake, you've done a good job. There's the tiniest tear out on that, which is incredibly annoying, but I don't think there's actually any more skateboard in there. That's the bottom of the hole, I think. so there's nothing I can do about it. So unfortunately, that's how it's going to have to be. Right, I'm going to try the rim, that's the word. Yeah, I'm going to try the rim. There's a few ugly spots. That bit in there is a pain, but it's not too bad. Just got a lot of sanding to do. So let's get on with it. I've given this, I think, 3 coats on the outside and the inside. I just sanded back the coat on the outside. I didn't bother filming those because it's kind of boring. But I'm just going to do the bottom now as well, and another coat on the outside. After about 3 coats on the bottom, we should be done. I want to do get a fair build up of this stuff on the bottom, because I've neglected the bottoms of bowls in the past, and obviously I think it's quite important, because obviously it's going to be the bit that always makes contact with something. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's do it. It's looking pretty cool now. I don't know what you can see. And like I said before, this is the first time I've done well, anything really like this, and you can see the joints, but they're not too bad. So I'm quite pleased, and around the edge you can see them, but they're not massive. But yeah, no, I'm quite pleased. So I'll be back. Well, the next shot you'll see is probably a photo of it. So here it is. I'm going to put photos up anyway, but yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It come out a lot better than I expected. As you can see, I mean, I got so frustrated with this bowl during the making of this, and there's plenty of times where I was just going to give up, but I just kept having little ideas, and they kept informing the next one, and yeah, it worked out. This is now going to go up on Etsy, so if you want to own it, you can. It's going up relatively cheap for the amount of work that I put in, because as you've seen, there was a lot of mess ups and stuff like that, and I don't feel right charging a lot of money for something that you've all just watched me fail at constantly. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you stick around for more videos. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you soon for another bowl that I hopefully don't mess up. Yeah, thank you very much.